He's just sort of part of the musical furniture of American culture. It's just wallpaper.
With Kenny G's music, what can you say?
How are you feeling?
Underappreciated in general?
Since the 80s, I've always thought of it kind of this way. They don't particularly like my style of music. So the songs I put out, especially once they got popular. Of course, once they got popular, they hated it more. They're just thinking that maybe I'm just creating these melodies because I know somehow that it's going to sell records and I'm going to be rich and famous because of this, which I had no idea of. I'm just playing songs the way that I hear them. I love a melody that's played properly.
The fact of the matter is, Kenny G in the 1990s was one of the most well-known musicians on this planet.
Somebody asked me, what kind of music do you do? Was it jazz? I don't know. You might think it might be jazz. Well, is it pop? I don't know. You might think it might be pop.
To me, it always seemed interesting that like almost everyone in the world loves Kenny's music. And there's this very particular, very small group of people who are quite vocal about not liking it. And that was very interesting to me. I thought that was an interesting thing to try to explore in a film.
I feel good about what I do when I know that I'm doing my very, very best. So if you were to criticize me and I knew that I wasn't practicing as much as I could and that I was getting a little sloppy with my technique, okay, it's going to hurt. But that's never the case because I'm always on top of my game. I'm really flattered when I get those phone calls, from Kanye and then The Weeknd, of course. It makes me feel great that somehow they want my sound to be part of their music, and they're so popular now. It's not like they don't need me. I'm not doing them a big favor. They're not reaching out to me so I can help them sell records, or so they're just doing it purely because creatively they think, oh wow, your sound, and so that made me feel really super flattering. So maybe part of my legacy is people are really interested maybe more in me because of the notoriety that I have, but maybe I can steer them towards some of the old traditional jazz stuff that they may not have ever heard, and I can keep that music alive longer.